So Jason and I have been dropped off, and apparently this is the island that we're supposed to be surviving for 24 hours on. You can only bring one item. So they told us that we had to walk out on this peninsula to get there. I'm definitely gonna get wet walking across it, but oh, wait a minute. I've already found gold. Check this out. Somebody left a bottle. It's kind of muddy, but I mean, that's a resource. I'll take it. Yep, getting wet. Always good to have wet socks when you first start. Oh, there's goose poop everywhere. Perfect. Great for water. Why do I get myself into these things? All right, so me and Jason, we got across. Got a little wet on the way in, and so here's my item. I decided to bring a knife, use my new knife in the mix. I'm just kind of curious, Jason, what did you bring to the table?
Well, I wanted to be practical.
You wanted to be practical?
I wanted to have something with me that could see me through this intense survival scenario. And I thought, what better than a toaster oven?
Bring a toaster oven?
It's a Daniel Defense toaster oven. I don't know if you've ever seen those before, but it's pretty expensive, so I'm sure that it will get me through.
And you are confident that this is going to be the thing that is going to get you through?
Yeah, I'm extremely confident.
I'll leave it to Jason not to bring something practical to a challenge, but I mean, he's got his seat so you could sit.
And I'll just pretend that there's a fire.
Okay. Maybe put one on your phone. Sit in front of your phone fire.
That's fantastic.
Okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna think outside the box, outside of my box.
The box.
And I've got to figure out ways that I can use my toaster oven to accomplish the goals. Food, fire, water, shelter, signaling, and navigation are my goals. I've got 6 goals.
Okay.
I want to try to figure out how to solve those problems with my toaster oven.
With the toaster oven?
And my wits.
Okay, well, this is the last time we're going to be together because we have to go solo. And it's kind of like an honor system thing. So like I still have my belt on me, my cap, my watch, etc. But we're not going to use those things because we're honorable men.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish I could watch you with the toaster.
You'll see.
You'll
see.
I'm going to have to come find you, but we can't share, right? That's part of the rules.
Yeah, no sharing.
No sharing.
You can come check in,
Okay.
See how I'm doing. If I'm still alive.
We're going to do it anyway.
I appreciate a check-in.
Just to figure out whatever it is that we're doing.
Once I get a fire.
I mean, a grill.
I could cook my fish.
Your fish right there.
That I catch.
I mean, I'm jealous of that. That's awesome. You play some music, positive mental attitude.
It's what it's about, man.
Oh, I see some aluminum foil in there too.
Foil in there.
Oh man, that's cake right there.
Right? Look at that. It's got a lot of holes in it.
Don't rip it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of holes in it. That's not going to be holding any water, that's for sure.
All right, brother. Good luck.
Thanks, man. Jason is being ultra stealthy with his Daniel Defense toaster. Okay, so we can't be together, and so we have to spread out. And there's slim pickings here on the island. There's definitely slim pickings. What I'm doing right now is I'm just walking around, doing some recon, trying to figure out what kind of resources we have available. I do see a mix of things here, but I would imagine the resources are gonna go pretty quick on this island because the island's not very big. And so I'm just kind of looking at potential shelter sites right now, seeing if I can utilize something from the landscape that's already there. I'm thinking about the W's, wind, water, woods, wrigglers, widow makers. That's all the stuff that's running through my head right now. Let's see, I've come across this right here. If you can see right there, there's a downed, let's see, that's sourwood right there. And then there's another downed
tree right here. I might be able to get on the other side of that and make like a browse bed or something. It's pretty wild in here, pretty tight. I might actually go down to the shore, see if I can find some fishing tackle first, because I would imagine that will go really fast. That way I might actually get some food today. You know, if I can get a fire going. Everything in here is pretty damp, pretty wet. But yeah, let's do it. All right, it looks like I found my very first thing. Oh, and it has a hook. All right, I'll hold on to that, but it's really no good unless I can find some cordage. Oh, come on. Please tell me I can get this apart without damaging it. Okay. All right, yes, maybe. Oh no. Oh, it's another separate piece too. I'm gonna have to bend it together. Well, in survival, you just have to take whatever it is that you can get. Okay, well, it's something. Okay, so I'm just kind of scouring the shoreline here, and I just came across this right here. It really doesn't get any better than that birch bark. Later, if I can find the right materials, this will certainly help me get a fire started. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start grabbing some of this. That is a score. That stuff will go really fast in a challenge like this. So I need to go ahead and get me a bunch of this. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of it, put it in my pocket. Oh, look what else I found. Some bamboo. Hopefully I can cut that up, make some tinder, like a bird's nest out of it. Get this out of the way. And I found this piece of sourwood right here. And I think we have a saphatwood stump here. I'm hoping we can process something out of this. Yay. Fat wood. Oh God, yes. All right, I realized that I got busy and I wasn't filming, and I need to give y'all like a progress update of what I've got going on. So I decided to find a shelter site and start building a shelter. This is what I have come up with. You can see how thick the layer of duff is on top of the shelter. All it is a series of sticks that I covered with duff. So there's the roof, and I left a small area down at the bottom because, to be honest with you, it is hot. It is really hot. We are losing water and electrolytes, and I've only really been working hard for about an hour right now, and I'm about halfway done with the shelter. One thing about the shelter is we cannot use any green wood. We can't use any pine boughs, which kind of puts a kink in it. But I have been collecting things as I go. As you can see, here's a bunch of dry pine that I can use for fire. There's the bottle, the fat wood, and my little fishing lure. There's my baton that I'm using, and there's the bamboo. And now what I got to do is start filling this with duff. And that's one thing in survival, is you have to use whatever resources around, and we are we're really low on resources here. But what I do have a lot of is this duff that's everywhere. But as you can see, everything has pretty much been picked clean all around us. And so there was kind of a scramble to get resources to build shelters. And so I'm grateful and thankful that I took the time to go ahead and do that, because I'm one step ahead there, and I'm already working towards fire, and I have an idea for water, but as soon as I get my shelter done, then I'm gonna do that. So what I have been doing a lot of is just digging up duff like this. And one thing that there is no shortage of here are briars. They're everywhere. Okay, and it's only like 20 more of those. Oh God, this reminds me, just be prepared. We do this stuff to show you to be smarter than us, okay? Doing this just sucks, but I'm doing it, doing the things. Holy carpenter ants. I've been working on the railroad all my living days. Get rid of the sticks, get rid of the sticks and the pine cones. Duh. Here we go. One more time. But wait, there's more. There's a briar. Oh, I hate briars. So this is one of those things that, you know, if you cheat, you're cheating yourself. And, you know, when you're tired and you're hungry and you're thirsty, it's hard to do stuff like this. My philosophy is, while you have the energy, you need to go ahead and do it. But at the same time, you need to manage your time as well. Like, I've been going pretty hard now for, you know, 2 or 3 hours, and I've gathered up some supplies. I've built a shelter, but you know, there's also a time for you to sit down and kind of gather your thoughts. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back out, and I'm gonna have to try to find some materials to start a fire. I've already got a pretty good jump on it, but I need to find some more stuff. And I think my only answer to fire right now is probably doing a bow drill. I don't see anything else that I can do it with. And I've also got to get some water. Water is a bigger priority for me though, because it's really hot and I don't have a vessel to boil the water in. There's no way that I could, you know, do a rock boil right this second without ruining something that I've got, and resources are precious right now. So I do have an idea though, something that I want to try, but I think I need to just go ahead and finish this off. Right now, I've almost got a foot of duff. And honestly, I mean, if it was winter, I would need a whole lot more. But it is, you know, the summer right now. And so I'm not really worried about it, other than the fact that I need something comfortable to be on. So I've got a roof, and my roof is approximately 8 to 9 inches thick with duff. I'm gonna need more duff on the bottom though. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out. I'm sweating like a pig right now, but you know, it's about time to start conserving my hydration, because I'm already getting thirsty. That means I'm dehydrated, but I've done the majority of the work so far as my shelter goes. So I think we're doing pretty good as far as, you know, managing our resources and managing our time. All right, so one of the things that I got to do is I've got to come up with a fire bow, and to be honest, pickings are pretty slim, but sometimes you got to work with what you have to work with. So I'm hoping that I can make a bow out of this right here, is what I'm hoping I can do. So I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm gonna beaver chew through this. And the reason that I'm doing it like this is because I cannot destroy this in the process. So precision cuts is what this is gonna take. Just chew all the way around, just like this. There we go. There's one. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and cut that off. No big deal. And I think what I need to do here is just make a quick handle. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my knife as a chopper. Oh, let's see. Will it work? Will it work? All right, I have been all over this island trying to find a hearthboard and a spindle. All I can find is maple, birch, red pine, sourwood. I can't find anything like basswood or cottonwood or poplar or cedar or even white pine. You know, there's no yucca, there's no, pickings here are really slim. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up by any means, but finding materials to make a bow drill is proving to be very, very difficult. One must keep going, never give up. Okay, I think I found literally the only poplar that is on this island right here in front of me. I'm deep in right now. I'm like really deep in. And usually there are branches that fall down on the ground from a poplar. It's king of the forest. It sheds those limbs really fast so it can shoot up above the rest of it, shoot above the canopy of the competing trees. And so normally you can find materials from a poplar, but this one is really young. And unfortunately, I can't find any branches on the ground from it. Urgh. So I think this is like the confessional, you know, when you're watching a TV program and they're just telling you stuff on camera. I was not able to find what I wanted to. What I did find was some red pine, which will print. In other words, if you stick it with your thumbnail and it leaves the print in there, then it might work. I gotta say, these are probably the worst resources I've had to work with in a while. A long time, actually. It's been kind of difficult, but we're going out with our boots on. So we're gonna go ahead and at least give it a try. I'm gonna try to do the hearthboard first, and I'm just gonna take my knife here and see if I can see what's inside of this. It's still printing. I've only got to make it happen once, so that is carving pretty good. Whoever picked this island, I'm wondering, like, have they actually done this before out here? Or they just want to see what guys like us can do with limited resources? I don't know. I think that anybody in our industry really hates island survival. That's something that I hear quite often from instructors that just really hate being on islands. And I guess to a point I do too. I need to save these shavings. And as I get down to it, the core
inside of here, I'm seeing a little bit more resin. That's the trick with pine. If you're gonna use it for a bow drill, it has to be non-resinous. I've just got to do it one time. That's all I got to do is one time. That's still printing. I think I'm gonna have to do it on this side of it. Whew. I guess, I mean, you can only try, right? So I guess we'll see. Y'all boiling water?
I made a filter. I just can't figure out a container other than something I've salvaged. I'm trying to, I thought maybe I could carve something with a knife, stone knife, something, but it'd take me a freaking 12 hours.
Yeah, and you can't use ashes to blow a bowl, so the coal.
What's that?
You put the charcoal or the coal from the fire into a vessel and you blow on it, and eventually you'll get a depression in the wood, and you could use it to stone boil or something like that, you know.
Gotcha.
You got to get the fire started though before you can do it, all right?
Yeah.
So
I think he might get it because it's so dry and he actually got a little smoke. He might, the next hour or two, he might get something.
yeah, that's what I'm doing, just working. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Try to figure it out.
I'm just gonna see if my filter works.
Well, good luck. Oh God, that's not much to work with. So there's our bow. There's our hearth. Now we need a spindle. You do not have much to work with. Don't mess this up, son. All right. Not too bad. Now, can you cut this other side? Oh man, really is small. It's gonna wobble pretty bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make this side the point. And this side will be what actually goes to the hearth. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and prepare this. I'm gonna round this out a little bit. Thank God I brought a knife. Just grateful I brought a knife. Some of these other guys are, I don't know what they're doing, using cans or rocks or whatever they can find, but there's not a lot to choose from, I can tell you that. Okay, so there we go, that'll get us started there. Whew. Oh God, that's gonna be ugly. That's gonna be so ugly. But okay, whatever. Now we gotta assemble a bow, and the only cordage that I've got is actually my shoelaces. So yeah, I guess we're gonna make a bow now. All right, so I took the lace out of my right boot here, and this is actually a strange lace. Let me see if y'all can see this. It's designed to grip better on your boots. I don't know how it's gonna work for a bow drill though. So let's just see what we can come up with. I'm gonna go ahead and tie a bowline on this side, right here at the end. Just a simple bowline. And that is gonna go right here. Hopefully it doesn't smash the side. None of this is ideal, actually. The bow is not ideal, the wood is not ideal. Let's see, come down here and start wrapping. What in the heck? Now there's gunshots. Okay, it popped in, but I don't know. Let's give it a shot. That is so irritating. Well, it's just another thing of stress. Golly, man. Okay, so I've got the main components, and I have a bow drill divot and my knife. So let's see if this works. I can tell that is gonna stretch. That is gonna piss me off.
What's up, man?
What's going on, my brother? I'll shake your hand before I start this.
Is that your one thing, the knife?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's...
And it's my knife.
Yeah, okay.
This is my design.
No way.
Going into production.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's my R&D knife, my prototype.
I love that.
Thank you.
It looks like, uniquely, this is very functional and it's lovely at the same time.
Thank you.
I like it.
I appreciate that. What's your one item?
Just this. Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got a little smoke.
Yeah, that's right. You're getting it.
Maybe if I can get it to... Okay.
That was some progress. And still smoking.
We'll take it.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Good for you.
All right.
Smells really good.
It does smell good, doesn't it?
What kind of wood is this?
Pine. Red pine.
How do you know what kind of pine it is?
So if you look at the needles, so if it has 2 needles per bundle, it's red. If it's 3 to 4 needles per bundle, it's yellow. And if it's 5 needles per bundle, it's white pine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty easy way to identify pine.
Yeah.
All right, now I just got more work to do. All right, so now we've got to carve the notch out of the wood. I'm just taking my knife and very carefully doing this. I do not want to cut myself, especially when you're tired and you're hungry and you're thirsty. It's easy to make mistakes. That's when you need to be intentional with what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this notch out, and I want it to be really smooth like this. And I'm also going to cut some off of the bottom right here so we can get some airflow down at the bottom where the coal would be. Just like that. Okay, so now we're ready to rock and roll. Now I'm going to attempt to make some tinder. fine stuff like that that I can put in the middle, and I can put the ember right in the middle of that and hopefully blow it to flame. Wow. Tired. A little bit tired right now. Okay, we got that ready. And I'm just gonna say, if I actually get this, I'm not gonna have a big fire right now. It is too hot. I just wanna see if I can do it. So I've got a small bundle, and then I've got a bunch of kindling just to go ahead and put on top and see if we can get a small fire, but something that we can control and put out if we have to. The object here is literally just to get fire for this challenge. So, all right, let's see if we can get some smoke here. Wow, sounds ugly. Just build some dust. Whoop. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, I'm out of breath. Come on. Jason! Jason! Come on. Oh my God. This is a shit show. This is a not normal. Okay. 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 There we go. Oh my God. Come on. Don't screw it up now. Work. All right. Fire. Holy cow, that's hot. Cotton mouth. Ah. Not good. Good, but not good. Okay. We know it'll work. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna say just an apology. That was the worst film job ever. Like I had it all wrong. I'm sorry. It's hard to like be doing this stuff for real and film it at the same time. I just made a mistake there. What I'm going to try to do now is I've got this water bottle, and I'm going to try to make a filter with it. I talked about it in my last video. I saw a study from MIT where they were talking about pine being the most effective filter as far as flow rate
and effectiveness for contaminants. And God, I got cottonmouth. I'm getting thirsty. But we're gonna attempt to do that. Now, I ended up telling a bunch of my friends about it, and they said there's actually a video already where Clay Hayes has done this. So y'all might want to go check that video out and see what he had to say about it. But I should have watched that video before I came out here. But we're gonna try it. Anyway, we'll see, you know, what happens. I've got to go find a pine tree now that's approximately the size of this water bottle and make a filter. Okay, maybe this is in frame with this. And I think maybe that one, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I know that's not big enough already. I need something a little thicker. Maybe. Just cut it, JJ. I'm gonna go ahead and put my lanyard on. Oop. There's our branch. Let me see if this is even gonna work as far as diameter goes. I'm just scraping the bark off with the backside of my knife here. Let's see if it's even the size. Yeah, I'm getting dumb. It's too small. Dang it. Okay, this is one of those moments we talk about where it's 95% mental. Poop. Okay. I'm so excited about doing it again. Whoo, feeling it, y'all. Definitely feeling it. Okay. Let's see here. I know that this one will work. I just gotta cut it one more time here. I figured instead of bad filming, I would come over here and make sure that I got this. Starting to lose my mind a little bit here. All right. Let's see here. Please tell me that you will fit. Okay, that is the side that needs to go in the bottle, like that. Like this. Okay, let's, need to just take a second. The trick now is not to screw up the diameter. All right, let's just take off this outer layer here.
That knife tool?
No.
Yeah.
Knife is very sharp. My mind is dull right now. I'm getting tired. Huh?
I'm just hungry.
Hungry? Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry too.
Like, it hurts me. Like,
Yeah, it does. Have you started having the food fantasies yet? Like thinking about something like you like Taco Bell or something, or?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, I love Taco Bell.
I do too, but I'm spoiled.
Oh yeah? What are you spoiled on?
My mom was taught by a very good chef.
Nice.
And she basically, every meal is gourmet.
Beautiful.
Like almost the best restaurant you could possibly think or go to.
My wife is an excellent cook as well, so I'm spoiled too.
What kind of food does she cook?
Like Southern good, just feel good food, man. Like fried chicken, and she does this fire mac and cheese that's awesome. You know, the worst thing you can do in a situation like this is talk about food too.
Yeah.
So now I'm just carving away here trying to make myself a water filter. How's your dad doing over there?
He did great. It's such a cool filter. What's your idea?
I'm gonna use the wood to filter the water.
How does that work?
Well, the water, it travels through the xylem inside of the wood, which is where the cells are in the wood, and then all the contaminants get filtered into that network or that matrix of cells.
How does it go through wood?
Through gravity. Like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up this bottle with water, and then I'm gonna stick my filter and jam it into the top of this and slam it into there. And then what I'm hoping is that the water will travel through this and filter through this right here. That's the idea, anyway.
Ever learned that way?
Yeah, I've never done it this way myself. I'm trying something new. We're just gonna see if it works. Okay, let's go get some water. Yeah. All right, it doesn't matter where I go, the water is dirty, so we might as well just do it. Nasty water. Okay, let's take this back inside the wood line because right now it is so hot out here. Made it back to my trusty bench here. We've got our contaminated water. Let's see if we can drive this into the bottle with our trusty baton. Does it pour out?
Hopefully not all around the edges.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, you're hoping it does?
It does not do that, yeah. Okay. Now, I've got to see what I can collect it in. So I brought my rain jacket, which I'm hoping I can collect some water in there. And let's see if our gravity filter works. I can already see some of the water coming out right now. God, I'm thirsty. See the water?
That is so cool.
Okay, I'm gonna bang this one more time. I think that's as tight as we can get it. Maybe if we do that.
Will it still come out if it's pressed into the ground?
Yeah, I've got it one side up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
How long do you think it'd take to take this whole water bottle?
I don't know. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I have never done this before. This is my first time. I just read about it. And we're about to see if it works or not.
Reading stuff is important.
Reading is important, yes.
Especially when you don't have anything to do. You should just sit down and read something that could help you later in life.
That's right. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So we'll come back and check it here in a little while. All right, everybody, this is my new friend, Jonathan. I just met him here recently and he came up to me and he was like, dude, I want your hat. But I wasn't willing to give it up because, I mean, this is my favorite Wazoo hat. But what I did was I went back to the Jeep and I found the very first Wazoo hat that I ever bought. So this one's mine. I'm gonna give you this one. You can't have the stuff that was inside of it, but I even got you a new patch to go with it. And this is a special patch. It's a hideaway.
Wow.
So you can hide stuff in there to put on your new hat. So I'm proud of you for coming out here and doing the challenge with us and everything. That's been all over the world. I hope it gives you as much joy as it gave me.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
I'm a softie when kids want to do this stuff. Like, we need to get more kids involved in self-reliance, and so he begged me for that hat, and I went back to the Jeep and found one of my old ones. I wish I'd had a brand new one for him, but he wanted mine, so I did the thing. But we need to talk about wild edibles, because right now fish is off the docket. We haven't solved the cordage problem for it yet, but I've been walking around, and here is some sawbriar, and usually at the end of it in spring, this is nice and soft and edible, but we can't eat it right now. Now there is some other stuff around in here. Oh, here's a good one. Here is some sassafras right here, and you can see it has different leaves. Like, this is kind of like a turkey's foot. I don't see a mitten on it, but down here there's just your regular leaf right there. Typically it will have 3 different leaves on it. I'll see if I can find another one around in here, but one thing that's really good about sassafras is we could get the root, and it would kind of like give us a little pick-me-up. They used to make root beer and other drugs. You should look that up, but the FDA doesn't approve of it these days. Let me see if I can find us another one. There's also sourwood leaves that we could chew on, but I'm really looking for a pick-me-up, so I want to see if I can find some more sassafras, because wherever you see one like that, there's bound to be another one. Oh, here's one right here. So I'm just now starting to see them. When I find the right one, we'll dig it up and get the root. Oh, there we go. There's the mitten that I was talking about right there. There's your regular leaf right there, and then there's your turkey's foot. So 3 very distinctive leaves on sassafras, but I want to try to find one a little bit bigger. All right, here's one right here. And I probably should have got a digging stick for this. See if I can get down in here. Why is there always ants? There we go. Let's go back and process it. All right, it looks like our filter is working, just slowly. Let's go ahead and use our bench though. We'll go ahead and process this out. All right, let's try that again, because the camera died. We were having lots of technical difficulties today. All I'm gonna do is take the bark off of this root here, not try to get too deep into it. Knife worked awesome for that. So there you go. There's the part where it went into the ground. This is the root right here. And all I'm gonna do is cut me a piece that I can put in my mouth. Right there. Oh man. Just like root beer. Just like root beer. Oh, I can feel the spit coming back in my mouth immediately. The thing that's great about sassafras is if you need a pick-me-up, it'll help you out for sure. Something else that I could do, I did spot some resin on a pine tree, and I could basically chew that like chewing gum, and that would trick my brain, because there's some simple sugars in there, into thinking that I've had something to eat. So let's see. We're coming up on 24 hours with me not eating at this point. Honestly, I'm not that hungry, so I'm not feeling bad there. Man, I can feel it immediately with this. That's the thing about this, when you haven't eaten and you've been working hard and you're dehydrated and everything, like every little thing helps, and you just won't know that until you've done something like what we're doing this weekend. But man, that is so good just to have some spit in my mouth again. Now, what I got to say about the water filter, unfortunately, the ants have found my water. They're swimming all inside of it right now. So the filter is working, but what I'm thinking is that the ants, they're using that water. Maybe there's some simple sugars in there from the pine. So I would have to find some other way to make this work. I would have to find another vessel, I think, and then I would have to suspend it to get it to work. I'm really bummed out because the filter is actually working. The water is going through the wood, but the ants, I mean, they're all over my jacket right now. I'm really disappointed with that. Dang it. You can see them all in there. I mean, they're everywhere. They're just taking my water. I'm going to consider that a fail, but I know that it works as a passive system. If I could find another container, I think I could make it work. Man, that's disappointing though. So yeah, I think it's time for another confessional. I can see why these guys do it, just because you can get your thoughts out. As far as today went, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We got a shelter, we got fire. We did start on water. I'm not going to say that it's complete because that was a fail, but I don't like giving up. So if I was going to wake up here tomorrow and I was going to have another day, then I would work on that. I would probably scour this place and try to figure out, like, how can I figure out how to collect this water without the ants getting into it, because that is a problem. It's irritating me right now, but I don't want it to let it get me down. So I went and found that sassafras, and now I have spit in my mouth. I can actually talk. I was getting to the point where I couldn't even enunciate at all, and the sassafras is really helping out with this. So, and I got a little pick-me-up from it too. I was feeling pretty down there for a little bit, because after I put the shelter together, after I did the fire, and I don't know how much I'm going to cut in there, but I ended up doing it 3 times before I actually was successful. And I apologize for the footage, but to be honest, I was burnt. I was just gassed while I was doing that. And honestly, I didn't think that it would happen. But now I have a proven set, so as far as fire goes, we could definitely get that going again. As far as food, I mean, we started working on food, but I really wish I could go fishing. I do have the one lure. I just don't have any kind of cordage to utilize with it. So that would be something that I would probably have to look for as well. Maybe I could get into the water and start searching for some line. I cannot believe that I didn't find any. I just thought for sure that I would find some fishing line somewhere, but I just didn't. I know one thing, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I'm tired, I'm really tired. Been going pretty hard. I feel pretty good right now, but about midday, I was feeling it a little bit. But just took some time to try to recharge, and I haven't really sat down and not done anything all day long. Like, I've been going hard the entire time. This is the first time that I've kind of sat down and just kind of trying to conserve what calories I have, what hydration I have. Try to start thinking about the next steps, what I would be doing next, because in survival you always want to be improving your situation. Now today I did a lot of scouting in this area, and I did find a lot of resources. Another thing that I did find was striped wintergreen, but I haven't found really anything else. It's been kind of difficult. One thing that I am pleased about, I haven't found any ticks yet. May have chiggers later. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna chill out a little bit, maybe enjoy the sunset, listening to the waves crashing to the shore, and just take it in, because after you've done that much work, you need to enjoy it, if you will. Get your mind right. Also drying out. Like, I need to dry out before I go to bed tonight. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my filter down and go ahead and try to dry out the inside of my hood right there, because the ants are just destroying it.
I mean, I'm watching them right now. I just basically made, you know, a lake for them. So disappointing. Like, I really wanted that to work. I just didn't find another vessel that I could have put it into where it was like sealed off, you know? And I thought I had it with my rain jacket, but it was a good idea initially, but it is not a good idea, as I can prove. But yeah, I may sign off here later tonight before I go to bed, but I think I'm literally just gonna take some time, walk around, see what the other people did, and chill out a little bit. I feel like I've, you know, earned a break. I do wanna say, you know, before I go, that my knife did awesome today. I'm so glad I brought a knife. Some people brought sleeping bags. One guy brought a lighter. Nobody brought any kind of like vessel, like a stainless steel container or a grail. Somebody brought a tarp. I did see a tarp. There's a couple people that are actually on the shore, like they're digging out the banks on the shore and they're gonna sleep in the bank tonight. I don't know that I would do that. I went into the interior of the island. I don't know if it's gonna get windy tonight. You know, when the sun goes down, there might be a shift in the wind. It is starting to cool down a little bit. Thank God. I'm honestly enjoying this right now. It's not so bad right this second. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put the knife up. It did awesome today, did everything that I wanted it to do. That in combination with you know, a baton. I really can't say enough about the knife. Like, I'm totally happy with it. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think of the blade. But I think I'm literally the only person that brought a knife. I can't believe nobody else brought a knife. But I am super glad that I brought mine. So I stuffed my P&W bag that she just made for me with some duff. And I found this little slope right here. Oh, yes. That is a game changer, y'all. I'm telling you what. Oh man, it's awesome. A pillow is so underrated, and it is the bomb. Ugh. I'm just chilling, bro. Well, we made it. Nice to enjoy a good sunrise. I had a good night's sleep. I only got up a couple times. Didn't have any issues with bugs. Nice peaceful night. Nice peaceful morning.
Turns out, I know this is going to sound shocking to most people, but it turns out a toaster oven is not the ideal survival item. Just in case you guys were wondering.
And what do I have? A knife.
A knife.
Real easy
Which is
for me to carry.
Solid choice.
Solid choice. Now we gotta walk back to command. God, there's a lot of mud. Prints everywhere.
Man. Yeah, the toaster oven, it was not that helpful for survival purposes.
No, it wasn't.
It did some things, like I made a sharp, jagged metal cutting edge that I could carve wood to some degree with. It was just really slow to make a notch in my hearth board. Took me at least
Like
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
At least 20 minutes to make one notch. So.
And I did offer him my knife, but he wasn't cheating at
Nope.
all.
No, we're not doing knife.
He did it. I even offered him a boot string.
Oh yeah, I had to find it on the island. That was the rule.
He didn't take it. He went the distance, for sure. I think the ants were a serious issue this weekend.
The ants were a pain.
That really
Yeah, my little cave
annoyed
shelter,
me.
that would have been awesome.
Well, there were ants in the cave shelter. Well, on yours.
Yeah, fire
Right.
ants. The ants that were crawling on me last night were not biting ants. They were just like little black
Like
ants.
carpenter ants or whatever.
Yeah, the ants that were in my shelter were fire ants, and they were biting the crap out of me. My cave.
I was happy with some stuff. I did not think I was going to get a bow drill.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I do not like using pine
Yeah,
myself,
yeah.
personally.
But that's all you got.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to
Yeah,
do.
I was using pine on poplar, I think.
Really? You found poplar?
At least I think that's what it was. It was pretty rotten, but I think that's what it was. It
that
looked
would've
like
been
it had that
primo.
kind of like greenish color.
Yeah.
So I think I could have gotten an ember eventually.
I mean, today, if we were doing it today, I would have had to have concentrated on water,
Yeah.
big time,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you have to find a drink of water.
because I am so thirsty
Yeah.
right now. Starting to get a slight headache.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet. I was really thirsty last night before bed, and then this morning.
If it hadn't been for the sassafras root,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have been able to film.
I ate a few leaves.
Yeah, sourwood leaves helped.
I'm pretty thirsty right now, actually.
And now we've got this hike out of here.
This toaster
But
oven is
poor Jason.
less than portable.
And he did get his shoes.
I brought all my crap, yeah.
All the trash that we found.
Yeah, the way I see it,
We're hiking out.
if you use it, it's now your trash.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It belongs to you now.
I wonder how the others fared.
I'm sure they're all still alive. Well, I hope they're all still alive.
I'm sure they're still alive. Whether they're thriving, that's another story.
Well, seems like just about everybody brought a sleeping bag
I know.
as their one item.
Or a tarp.
Yeah, a tarp or a sleeping bag. Just one guy brought a lighter.
One guy had a lighter,
All
yeah.
excellent choices. If I was going to do this for real, and you told me, Jason, I'm going to drop you off somewhere, and you don't know where, you get to bring one thing, what would it be? I'd bring a Bic lighter.
Bic lighter.
Yep.
Solid choice.
I'd have fire, I'd be warm, regardless of the time of year. I can do all the other things pretty easy, but fire is difficult oftentimes, unless you've got perfect conditions and ideal weather and materials. It's never a guarantee. So yeah, a lighter I think would be, I can't think of something I would rather have for the unknown.
I think on this trip for me it would have been a Grail.
Oh, that would have been really good.
That
yeah.
would have been the bomb.
Yeah, water filter would have been awesome. Just sit there and sip some water. And that'd be good.
But I'm not disappointed in what I brought,
No,
for sure.
it's a good choice. Yeah, I mean, a knife is a good choice. And I think a lot of people that don't do this stuff on the regular would say a knife. Like if I was in
Yeah.
a survival situation, I'd bring a knife. And yes, if you're skilled enough, you can do a lot of stuff with a knife, and you can make things happen.
You do have to have the experience, though.
Yeah, but you can't make everything happen, and it's definitely not easy. It's
I
difficult.
think the thing is, there's this romantic notion, especially in our circle, that you could take a knife, you could go out in the wild, and you could do everything that you needed to do.
You build a cabin.
Right.
Yeah, start the fire, build a cabin, do all that stuff. Yeah.
When in reality, it's very hard. I mean, just us getting the core for was really difficult, especially in the span of time that we had
Right.
as far as light
Yeah.
went. Very difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy, and it's not guaranteed. What if it was raining?
Right.
You wouldn't have got that bow drill fire probably.
No.
It
It would have been all about my shelter
almost certainly you'd just be building a shelter to stay
and
out of the
collecting water.
rain. Yeah, yeah. You'd be building a shelter to stay dry-ish,
and then you'd try to collect some rainwater, and that would be
That'd
your
be
day.
it.
That'd be your day. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, but like I said, a Bic lighter is hard to beat. I think just about anywhere in the world I'd be happy to have that. It's good. I'm tired of dragging this toaster.
I'm tired of holding up this camera.
Well, that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching, friends. Goodbye.
All right, so yeah, if you're honey smack digging, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until next time, keep fueling those fires.
Yeah, do that. Do those.
Do that. Stop filming. Stop filming.